Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk Thinking Right out here in my lab where I do what I do for you. I come up with another concept. I'm sitting here spending a lot of time doing a lot of thinking, but I come up with a concept. The phrase is knowledge is power. Okay, so that means self-knowledge is superpower. Let's talk about it. I got a concept I want to run by you. Let's go. Radism, 25 rules of everybody. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons, so bravery. I give life lessons. Excuse me. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I'll ask the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical. But tune in. Let ask yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about if knowledge is power, and I agree, but my philosophy is self-knowledge must be superpower. Look at my S, okay? Let's go. Gnosis means to know. We had a group called Christian Gnostics, meaning the Christians who knew themselves. They knew God, and they had a perspective that was second to none, but they didn't want to hear that, so they wiped them out. But gnosis is to know something from what? Experiencing it for yourself. The best teacher, and I think I do pretty good. I ain't born my home, but I think I'm a pretty good teacher, but I don't come close to experience. I don't even scratch the surface, and I realize and understand that. So I'm not beat for that. I just do the best I could to get you to understand and do the best you could for yourself. That's my way of teaching. What you do with that is on you. Now, your self-knowledge, if knowing thyself, that should be what? Superpower. Recognize why? Because I'm going to break it down to you. Y'all see Superman, a big retard building student balance. Yeah, we can do that. Able to you do that too. Bulletproof, do that too. So let's go. Philosophical knowledge. A philosophy, along with the mythology, is to teach and give you understanding and knowledge. So it is good when what? It's learned, lived, and then mastered. That's hence self-mastery. Again, knowledge of self. Why? At Judgment Day, your degrees, your diploma, in whatever area you get in outside of self-knowledge ain't going to do you no good. I'll get to that in a minute. But when you practice, you will experience for yourself what? Bliss or hotep. The highest level of achievement. We call it nihas, but whatever vernacular you want to use, I'll go with that. But the idea is to experience it. That's what gnosis is for yourself. I ain't got to tell you about it. What you experience, you know for yourself. Then we can share. That's what I do, share blessing with my people who get blessed. If you ain't being blessed, you ain't living right, we ain't going to have nothing in common. I'm living right, so I'm blessed. And if that's not what you're doing, you're not going to enjoy my conversation. Why? You ain't being blessed, so that ain't the best way to deal. A lot of time I tell people, I only deal with people who are on the level that I'm on. Why? Because I don't want to be making somebody feel bad about themselves. So we ain't on that level. I ain't messing with you. Practicing. Again, I've been practicing for over 20 years now. Practicing a philosophy of based on principles that teaches you about how to master yourself. That's what my philosophy represents. That's what our ancient ancestors studied for thousands of years and lived in harmony with that philosophy. So when I went back and got it, dusted off and modernized it, it still worked. Trust me. My eye, here we go, is on my chest, just like Superman's S, okay? And I'm letting you know, I'm conscious. I know who I am, okay? I do the fending around here, Baba Louie, okay? And it's on his chest with what? Self-knowledge comes superpower, okay? I got powers beyond the mortal or the average man. Why? I got knowledge of self. I got direct connection to God. I live right. I do right. So I'm a step ahead of the average Joe who don't do none of them things. They ain't even conscious of half of them. So how you going to do something you don't know? When you know yourself, that means you have self-knowledge. If you know everything other than yourself, you have no knowledge. At Judgment Day, it only comes into play then. You can have degrees in environmental studies, psychiatry, all that. Yeah. But at Judgment Day, all they want to know is what degree did you live in your heart? Okay, understand that. Yeah, I wear. Wait a minute. Okay. I wear my eye on my chest. So you can know that means what? I'm Superman of what? Self-knowledge. I'm self-mastered, so I'm a super person where I can do things the average person can't. Why? I got a little more knowledge of who I am than they do. That's why. Instead of trying to combat or deal with me, no, learn from me. I'm here to teach. I ain't in a competition with you. It ain't about how smart you are, I'm smart as you. No, I ain't got time for that nonsense. I'm a teacher. And again, the knowledge that I've acquired, I have that makes me what? Powerful in my own rights. But my self-knowledge makes me super powerful in my own rights. With self-knowledge, what's going on with my hand cramping? What the hell is that about? With self-knowledge, again, most important one you can have. So get that. And then the rest before the line. Oh man, that's not good. You can handle with self-knowledge, self-mastery. That means you're ready and you're equipped to handle any life situation. Anyone, and handle it admirably, okay? With pride, respect, and with greatest of ease. Act like it ain't no big deal. Trauma, adversity, whatever it is, just be cool. I was that when I'm in the drug game. When the police ran up on me, I was cool. When other man ran up on me, I was cool. So I'm not that freak out type of dude. Okay, I ain't built for that. So I know how to maintain my cool. I call it integrity. Integrity is doing what's right when nobody's looking. When nobody's watching. I hold myself accountable. Always watching. Think about that. And that's called being Christ conscious. If you follow Christianity, you want to be what? Like Christ. I ain't got a problem with that. If that's what's getting you to respect me and deal with me in a responsible manner, knock yourself out. Whatever religion you practice, as long as you keep respecting me, I ain't got a problem with that. I respect you and you respect me. All right. But ignorant words, ignorant insults shot at me, bounced right off my chest. See where I'm going with this? That's the analogy. That's the allegory I'm using. You can fire a whole bunch of nasty, insulting things, and then it bounced right off. Get the concept? All right? When you slur English words, shooting them at me, bounce off. Okay. Of what? My eye of consciousness that I wear on my chest. What you're saying is how you feel, what you think, and you got the right to do just that. So expressing it to me, don't move me one way or another. If it's good or bad. See, the ego, when it's good, you soup it up. He likes that. Yeah. But if it's bad, he ready to fight. I'm driven by my ego, so I don't have that problem. That's the difference. I'm trying to show you these things that you can learn. And once you do, they play out perfect in life. What? These are life lessons. This ain't classroom nonsense. This is real life stuff that you should be ready to deal with yourself. I can see with what? My third eye vision. What? All you fake, phony people who claim to be and know you're not. Well, how you know? Third eye vision. I see the spirit. A lot of y'all faking the funk. Okay? And all y'all got long noses. Bunch of Pinocchios walking around. And if it really wouldn't manifest, you would see them all over the place. And if your third eye was open, you see them, because I do, every day. Okay? Now, I got third eye vision, AKA, I see what most people ain't even looking at. They can't. They ain't got the vision. All they got is outward vision. I got third eye vision, inward vision, spiritual vision, X-ray vision, so to speak, like Superman. Okay? Again, all the power that they gave him was the power that they stole the concept from us. You are Superman. You are the son of God. All that good stuff came to earth. Everything they said is the story of us. And I look back, all they did was steal, mimic, and brainwash to thinking that this all about them. No, it ain't. God was black. How about this? Black female. Oh, that really drive him crazy. That really just set him off. I said, I seen God. And what happened in the 60s with Alan White? He said, yeah. And she was black. Freaked everybody out, all right? Again, you can conceptualize anything you want. You can believe anything you want, but they gave us stories and myths, educators. So we got the blueprint. I didn't have to make up nothing. Why? I just follow what I raised there. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm not running out here making up the right thing and stuff that, no. I followed the she taught semi-tie weave, my yacht philosophy for over 30 years. I have a right to teach it from my perspective, and that's what I'm doing, that's all. My willpower to what? To do the right thing wasn't even in play back then. If I was young and had what up, man, scares me. But again, you only get what you get. And my willpower to what? To do the right thing now will always overpower what? My egoistic desires to do the wrong. I'm not perfect, but I'm not doing the wrong thing. Why? I know better. I choose to do better. That's everybody's right choice to do. So I'm just doing what works for me. Some people are offended about that because what they doing, I don't care. Really don't care. I really don't care. I'm just speaking for me. I have knowledge of self after years of studying and practicing philosophical principles that I learned from my ancient ancestors. I got more knowledge about self and the human body and the brain, how it works, than any one of your psychiatrists, neurologists, all of them guys put together. Why? I know how all this stuff works. That's what they were teaching us. 30 years I figured out they were teaching us about this thing on here, the brain, how it works. They was trying to show you the best they could to those who wanted to learn. I'm one of those guys, so yeah, I've been putting the work in. My yacht philosophy, you hear me? I've got nothing but reverence and respect for my yacht because it's a philosophy about principles that you can live by, stand on, and have peace and harmony within oneself. For thousands of years, our ancestors lived that way. And my yacht was the reason. They hold reverence. That's why I hold her in reverence. I know the seriousness and significance of what? Practicing her philosophy and mastering it. It'll help you out. Trust me. With a philosophy, and that's what it is, not a religion, that's based on what? Principles that you have to learn and live by and master for yourself. Every individual had that on our ancient ancestors. They didn't have no options. Like my pastor told me, I said, man, how you stay in the church? You know, our parents want the best for us. But I asked them, how did you stay, connected to God? But right, I don't know nothing else. Okay, I get it. And he said a mouthful with that one. I got you. Okay, so it is how you was raised, and depending on how it's done, if it did right, you keep doing it. Obviously, if my parents did it, it worked for them, I'm doing it too. Moving on, that's what that's about. And I've seen it for myself. I know a lot of people with what? All types of knowledge from degrees, masters, PhDs. Everybody got degrees in this, that, and the third. None of them have a master's in what? Self. So I talk, listen to them. They don't know jack about what? Self. They can talk for hours about concepts and views and beliefs, but when it comes to self, they go Ralph Cramden, humming. So I'm trying to make that point known. I don't have a problem with knowledge, getting it. But the knowledge of self is, from my perspective, speaking for me, the best knowledge. Why? You want to know why? Because at judgment day, the knowledge that you acquired, that you went through the master to light in your heart, purify your heart, because at judgment day, that's when it'll come into play. All that what you got here, all that's fine. But you can't take none of that with you, so that's not even the issue. But the knowledge that you got of self will serve you what? To go on to the next life and stop this what? Reincarnation cycle of what? Birth, death, birth, death. That's the concept of ignorant people. And y'all will continue to do that. Why? Because there's a bunch of us. Okay, now it just got worse. Okay, it's more ignorant people than enlightened people. That scares me. Moving on, I keep telling you that scares the hell out of me. So I'm working hard to try to get us back in the game of what? Knowing ourselves, be good people, practice a philosophy that would generate what? Harmony amongst people in society. Better it. Not the sport, not tear it a damn. Screaming, I'm getting tired of that nonsense. Get back to the lesson. See, I'm here with everybody else. I'm seeing what's going on. But this is all the results of what? Bad decision making from a bunch of ignorant people. This is the results. Moving on. And the knowledge of self, okay, I did, okay, judgment, okay. Now, all your other achievements and knowledge in other areas, that's fine. Other than self-knowledge, weighs heavy on what? The heart. If what you're doing is not purifying your heart, is not being seen in God's eyes by blessing you for doing the action, you're going to have a problem at what? Judgment day. All them degrees, they ain't going to do a damn thing for you. All that money, don't do a damn thing for you. All the fame, don't do a damn thing for you. All the views, whatever it is you got, all of it, unless you got knowledge of self, it don't mean a damn thing. If it ain't got the thing, it don't mean it. If it ain't got the swing, it don't mean a thing. My man, do I live right? That's the only that matters. If I did, I'm good. If not, I'm done. Moving on. Ignorance is the enemy of knowledge. Knowledge means to know. Ignorance means not to know. You can solve the ignorance problem with obtaining knowledge. If you're weak, in bad health, exercise, get in condition. That's what self-knowledge does. Prepares you what? For judgment day by lightening your heart with things that you can practice on a day-to-day basis. With self-knowledge, you will learn that what? Your enemy is ignorance of self. The last thing I want to be ignorant of is myself. I could care less about who shot John, when they did this, means nothing. But I really want to know who the hell I am. I can learn that other stuff, but get self-knowledge first. What do you say? Get the kingdom of God, heaven with you first, everything or whatever. He said, okay, that's my philosophy. I don't say it that way, but I get the concept. I'm saying know thyself or the other knowledge. Yeah, you can get that, but get the self-knowledge. Don't forget that. Make that first. Well, I didn't, so I can't say that. But if you did, it'd be a lot easier. If you're ignorant, and none of us are, of yourself, it's not a bad thing. Until what? You not try to get enlightenment. That makes you dumb or stupid. Okay? Ignorant means not to know. But you can change that. How? You can have what? With ignorance, you have what? No power. That's ignorant people. They got nothing. But in their mind, they probably believe they got this, ain't really got nothing. But in me as a teacher, life lessons of self-knowledge, I just try to enlighten what? The ignorant ones when every chance I get. Daily. But if they don't want to be enlightened, if they don't want to change their ignorant state, you leave them where they are. Move on. Know when to walk away. Simple. If I can't help you, why am I even dealing with you? That's my philosophy. I'm a teacher. I'm here to do something. If you ain't want that, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Again, that's ignorant people. And what's this? Ignorance is just like enlightenment and knowledge. It's a choice. You can choose to stay ignorant by what? Doing dumb stuff and not learning yourself. And that's what that'll be for the rest of your life. And go recycling. You'll be back again. But you can also make yourself. What? The choices is yours. Not to know something. You combine that with what? Knowing it. If something you don't know, you're going to find out. Anything that I don't know, I got access to the information so I could know. I only want to know what interests me anyway. So I don't need knowing a whole bunch about a bunch of nonsense. I got your lesson. All y'all geniuses who know everything about nothing. Look, subliminal message in there. Some people get it, some won't. Let me get this lesson out the way. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. As a teacher, my whole goal is to try to enlighten the ignorant. Okay. I know and I love ignorant people. And it pains me not to be able to enlighten them, to help them better themselves. They're going to continue to be ignorant, and there's nothing I can do about it. My man said, I love you, big bro. You know you can do about it. Yeah, whatever. But do you love enough for yourself to do something about it? Better yourself, okay? Don't worry about loving somebody else. That's personal. My job, again, wrapping it up, appreciate you tuning in. My job, I take that as a mission, I tell it to you every day, is to try to enlighten the ignorant mortals, to enlighten immortals, a.k.a. God. If you ignorant, you believe you're human, and you're going to die, and that's it. If you're enlightened, you know you're your spiritual being, your spirit and spirit soul don't die. All you got to do is become conscious of that, and when the spirit and the mind becomes one, you know thyself, you reach the highest level of anointment, God, anointed, whatever you want to call it, but you reach the state of nihas. We call it enlightenment. That means when the physical body dies, the soul knows who it is. So Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. That's the name of the game that we play in the Right Thing philosophy. Okay, now as a spiritual philosopher, I let you know we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But if we caught up ignorance and think we're human, that's where we fall short at. I'm trying to help you with that. That's all. Our spirit, aka the soul that's inside us, is immortal. Did you know that? Spirit, don't die. That's God. The God can't die. Excuse me, conceptually. But when you're ignorant of this yourself, of that fact, you don't know that. God not knowing. Okay. You don't get to pick and choose how somebody said, I just take care of me. I ain't responsible for nobody else. And if you're ignorant, that means ignorant beings are human beings who don't know themselves to be God. So they fall short and they got to come back. And until they figure out who they are, they're going to keep reincarnating. The conscience that they had, his conscience, William Savior, done. Spirit is somewhere else. That's how the game is played. He ain't exempt. He don't get a free ride. No, he didn't do the thing he needed to do. So he ain't going nowhere but back here. Moving on, I understand the concept. Again, wrapping it up. An enlightened right thinker, we know, or y'all know yourselves to be one with God, a.k.a. that's what know thyself means. Thy is God, self is you. Y'all are one. Get the message. Hope you did. Right thinkers, remember, if knowledge is power, self-knowledge is superpower. Become Superman like your boy. I'm out. Hope you enjoy it. Put your S on, or put your eye on. I'll be right back.